in our last video on Explain Everything, we began to show Waldo's adventures. I have gone ahead and created several extra slides, but I will go to our second slide, and I don't have anything in there yet, so I'm going to go ahead and set that up. I'm going to insert an image from my camera roll. I don't need to crop it. I'm just going to stretch it out to make it just a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to click on my record button to go ahead and to record. So when I hit record, Waldo started his adventure from San Francisco by traveling via airplane all the way across the United States to our country's capital in Washington, D.C. I'm going to go ahead and pause, and I'm going to go to my next slide. Now, my next slide has already been set up, so I've set up my slide so that I can see it. And I have done something here that's a little bit different, and I wanted to explain. You know how to grab pictures, and you know how to grab the put in text. This text down below was more than I wanted to type in Explain Everything. So what I did was I just copied it. I can copy it off the internet, I can copy it off of my notes, I can copy it off of a Pages document, whatever I have on my iPad. So now I'm going to continue my recording. Waldo's first adventure was to go to the Jefferson Memorial and to find the mistake that was made in the engraving on the wall of the Declaration of Independence. And it took Waldo a while, but he finally found that there was a difference in what was on the wall versus what we read in the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence reads, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights." Now that's different than inalienable rights. Now some people think that this is a tremendous mistake. Other historians feel that there is actually no difference between the inalienable and unalienable, that inalienable, although not in the final draft of the Declaration of Independence, was in an earlier version. So I will leave that up to you. So I've gone ahead to pause, and I'm now going to just go to the next slide. And just to let you know that I didn't have to pause. If my slides are set up, I can just move through my slides, and I don't have to pause every time, okay? But sometimes it's nice to stop and take a breath. So I'm going to go to my next slide, and I'm going to record. Waldo's second adventure and his dilemma was to find at Arlington Cemetery the marker of a civilian. And again, it took a while, but once he walked around the grounds, he found the marker for Joe Louis. Now, Joe Louis was a famous boxer, and Joe Louis lived during the World War II. He went ahead and joined the Army and served as a sergeant. He donated over $100,000 to the Navy and Army relief efforts. He won 68 of his fights, only losing one battle. He was referred to as the champ. And in 1981, when he died, President Ronald Reagan waived the technical requirements for burial at Arlington to allow Joe Louis to be interred there. So you can see that his grave marker does not look like many of the rest of the ones that you see at Arlington Cemetery. So these were two of the adventures that Waldo had while visiting our country's capital, Washington, D.C.